Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to this graduation ceremony. I'm Stephen Marston, Vice-Chancellor of the University, and I'm delighted to welcome you all here today. We welcome back particularly our students from the 2020 cohort who are graduating today. We're also very pleased to see so many families, friends, carers and supporters who have come to enjoy this special occasion. We meet, of course, still in the long shadow of the coronavirus pandemic. For 20 months, the pandemic has caused massive disruption, anxiety and loss, both across our country and indeed around the world. Many people, including some of our students and their families and our staff, lost loved ones or fell ill themselves. And pretty much everybody had their normal ways of working and travelling and shopping and socialising turned upside down. I personally will remember for a very long time the 23rd of March 2020, when the university was required pretty much overnight to put all of our teaching, learning, assessment and support services online, and the whole community, students and staff, had to switch to working from home. In those really difficult circumstances, staff and students showed amazing creativity and ingenuity in adapting to new ways of using technology to sustain teaching and learning. We were able to ensure that every student could still take their assessments and exams at the end of each module, which is why today we can come together to applaud in these ceremonies the academic qualifications that our students worked so hard to achieve. That is a wonderful thing to be able to celebrate. At the same time, we know that our students' experience of being at university in 2020 was not what you were expecting, and it was not what the university would have wanted to provide for you. Although core teaching and learning continued, in normal times, being at university offers students a wide range of other opportunities to enjoy new experiences, meet new people, discover new places, and for much of the past 20 months, lockdown has made that so much more difficult. One effect of the pandemic was that last year we had to cancel our graduation ceremonies altogether, and I'd like to apologise to all of you that we were not able to hold graduation at the usual time last year. This year, we're holding a double graduation celebration for last year's graduating students as well as this year's graduating students. So although it is a year later than you or we would have wanted, I hope that today we will still be able to celebrate your achievements in suitable style. It's all the more heartfelt because we know that you've had to wait so long to get a proper recognition of your successes and to be able to meet up again with friends, fellow students and staff. Because if anybody has deserved a celebration, you certainly have. It's wonderful to see you all here today and be able to celebrate together. We're celebrating the fact that you achieved your qualifications in exceptionally difficult and disrupted circumstances. Your achievement is really special. You showed courage and resilience and determination to keep going throughout the pandemic. At the same time, we're celebrating the amazing commitment and professionalism of the university's staff, who did their very best to continue teaching and providing excellent support for their students, often working from their kitchens, their living rooms, and their spare bedrooms, maybe while homeschooling or looking after vulnerable family as well. They worked miracles to try to keep courses running, adapting at ultra-high speed to new technology and supporting students to keep going. And today, we're celebrating the love and care of parents, families, friends and carers who supported students in the dark times and helped them to stick with their studies, take their exams and assessments and carry on to the successful achievement we're applauding today. The success of our graduates is your success as well, so thank you for the part that you all played. This year, our arrangements for the ceremony must still be mindful of the continuing risks of the virus. This means we're not going to be shaking hands, So instead, what we're going to do is exchange bows. A small bow, like that. When you come up onto the stage, up the steps over there, you'll see a grey line marked on the platform. Please come up to that grey line. The Pro-chancellor will give you a small bow, like that. If you would like to give a small bow in return, then that would be nice. And you can then walk back down the steps there. Please don't worry too much about losing your hat. In the ceremonies we had last week, only one student entirely lost her hat, and that was because she was dancing across the platform. So the message here is probably best not to dance on the platform if you want to keep your hat on. We're asking everybody in the audience to please applaud as each graduate takes the stage. No one on mute for this purpose in terms of clapping, please. Do please keep wearing your face coverings if you would like to, and please do wear face coverings when leaving the hall at the end of the ceremony and in the circulation spaces where there are lots of people. So now, without further ado, let us proceed with the ceremony, and I call upon the university's Pro-chancellor, Sir Henry Elwes, to make his address. Thank you and welcome.
Madam Mayor, Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome today from me. It's a great honour for me to be here in front of you today because it's a very special occasion, and I'm probably one of the only people in the room who doesn't actually have a degree. It's a very important occasion for all of you. My wife did come to the university as an adult, and she got a degree, well earned, like you, and she put her hands on her hips and she said, she said, some people earn theirs. I think she was probably half right, but I don't say that as a matter of disrespect to our honorary degrees, which we're going to confer later on today. I'm very proud indeed to be part of the university and have been since long before it started, in fact. It's always a great treat to come and see the next generation moving out into the outside world with new qualifications. It's been a very unusual year for you, I know, for tuition, and the Vice-Chancellor has already mentioned that. But you've actually got here by your own hard work. You've had good facilities and tutoring, and you've also had a lot of support from your families and friends. And without those, you wouldn't be here. It's going to be a special occasion, and we lay on a bit of a show for you as well, and I hope you will remember that in time to come. I hope while you've been at university, although it's been somewhat disrupted, you've actually had time to make some good friends. You've taken advantage of some of the things that Gloucestershire can offer, like our universities, our festivals of music and literature and so on, and also seen our wonderful cathedral in Gloucester. And those are all added to your skills that you've learnt here, and they will live with you for a long time too. But it doesn't end today. I want you to tell us of your progress, because that's very important to the university to know how you're getting on, where you've ended up, and so on, because that encourages other people to follow in your footsteps to the university. And don't think that it all ends with that. We're still here to help. If you ever get problems or difficulties, do come back and ask for help or advice if ever you need it. The qualifications you've gained are highly valuable, and many of those will be transferable throughout your life. So make use of them. Build partnerships. If you want to make things happen, they happen with partnerships. You'll also be better placed to drive through some of the brick walls you will inevitably find during your careers in the future. There's only three sorts of people in this world. There are those who make things happen, there are those who watch things happening, and there are those who don't care much about what's happening. Please join the first group. And also, take on some voluntary work. It also adds to your skills and is fun, and it's rewarding too. And don't ever say, I haven't got time. If you want to do it, you will find time easily enough. So many new experiences now await you, and you must make use of them. I call it the end of the beginning for you. And some of you, of course, are changing your careers in midstream, and that's very good news as well. One thing you will remember is that opportunities hardly ever come twice, so grab them when they do. You're much more likely to remember the things you haven't done than the things you have done. I want to offer my congratulations to all of you and wish you the very best in the future, wherever you may end up. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Dr. Matthew Andrews, the University's Secretary and Registrar, and it is my pleasure to add my warmest welcome and sincerest congratulations to those graduating here today. We will shortly proceed to the conferment of awards on graduands, which will be presented by Dr. Ciara Lewis, Head of the School of Sport and Exercise, and Dr. Graham Parton, Head of the School of Education and Humanities. The awards will be conferred by the Pro-chancellor of the University, Sir Henry Elwes. Before graduands from the School of Sport and Exercise are presented, however, we invite you to enjoy a short video as a reminder of your time with us.
Pro-chancellor, I present to you candidates from the School of Sport and Exercise, and I commend to you those recorded as an absentia. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Applied Sport and Exercise Studies, Marcus Bang. Kieran Carney. Ian Nichols Thomas. For the award of Foundation Degree, Exercise, Fitness and Health, Jessica Ford. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Physical Education, Christian Ballum. Megan Briggs. Morgan Francesca Daniels. Kate Dodson. Henry Edwards. Kimberly Jane Guest. Megan Lewis. Callum Mara. Heather Louise Murphy. Mitchell Oldham. Molly Rourke. Gemma Schrader. Jacob Niall Tyack. Cicely Wiggins. Isabel Woods. Gabriella Ann Wotton. Zoe Marie Young. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Coaching, Elliot Baldwin. Douglas Montgomery Barnes. Chloe Brown. Luke Matthew Brunt. Harry Bryant. Katie Christopher. Ryan Embling. Kirsty Forty. Oliver John Fowles. Jack Haig. Alexandra Hamlin McCory. Ellie Jade Harris. Philippa Higgs. James Alexander Holiday. Harry Leach. Callum Littlejohns. Hannah Millen. Samuel John Olhalson. Lucy Parsons. Ella Powell Davis. Eleanor Leonie Roseblade. Megan Sayers. Mitchell Stone. Max Wenley. Megan Winter. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Sport and Exercise Sciences, Molly Abbott. Harvey Michael John Beaver. Thomas Ewan Bodger. James Buchanan. Harry Clements. Nicholas Cortez. Constance Craddock. Chloe Isabella Kubella. Keelan Fahy. Daisy French. Sophie Frost. Joseph Henkus. Liam Nathan Jordan. James Allen Lamperton. Liam Leeson. Amber Lowe. Max Jonathan Luscombe. Rodri Joseph Miskin. Luke Moore. Jack Nankro. Joshua James Putt. Joseph Rendell. Alana May Rollinson. Paul Mark Roulette. Zeus Sekwala. Eleanor Shear. Emily Amelia Smith. Harrison Stevens. Elizabeth Thacker. Kane Daniel James Thompson. Joseph Simon Triner. Andrew John Morrison Turner. Harry Benjamin Wellington. Isabella Jane Witt. Rosa Worcester. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Sport, Health Studies, Oliver James Bailey. Emily Hemmings. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Sports Coaching, including South Gloucestershire and Stroud College, Michael Batt. Jacob Buck. Jamie Boogler. Sam Cotton. Callum Davis. James Allen Ellis. Jordan Joseph Fowler. Frances Mary Gilbert. Jacob Harry Wells Harnett. Craig Stephen Hughes. Benjamin Sheldrake. Joseph Tiley. Joel Young. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Sports Development and Coaching, Jessica Nuns Fidalgo. Ellis Hopkins Bain. Daniel Knight. Thomas William Morris. Kalena Tucker. Ben Turner. Daniel Stephen Turner. Dylan Keith Williams. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, Sports Journalism from the School of Media, Emily Burton. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Sports Strength and Conditioning, George Deffery. Daniel Hammett. Grace Lily Hawkin. Matthew Healy. Thomas Joseph Hudson. Davey Kolodziejski. Paul Levisage. Thomas William Oglethorpe. Matthew Shatford. Hugh Williams. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Sports Therapy, George Allen. Jake Henry Allen. Emma Louise Bashford. Ollie Biddle. Georgia Rose Burlock. Lewis Chappell. Alexandros Charalambos. Ben William Clinch. Christopher Cook. Rihanna Emily Francis Cooper. Morgan Anne-Marie Davis. Laura Dixon. Candy Selene Arlette Fink. William Michael Ramon Gilder. Jack Glanville. Nadine Catherine Henry. Aaron George William Holder. Bethany Louise Hoyland. Charlotte Hunt. Harvey Ironside. Reese Kelly. Stephen Peter Landry. Rosie May Millichamp. Sophie Louise Nix. James Page. Jacob John Parkin. Zoe Rawlings. Brandon Robert Saunders. Charlie Sigel. Heidi Smythe. Emma Louise Stewart. Rochelle Jenny Taylor. Harry Thurkettle. Brooke Walklin. Ashley Watson. Connor Whittle. Christina Worley. For the award of Master of Science, Elite Cricket Coaching, Lee Conroy. For the award of Master of Arts, Professional Practice in Physical Education and School Sport, Sean Fleming. Gemma Louise Price. Ryan Wainwright. For the award of Master of Science, Professional Practice in Sports Coaching, Daniel Lee Cox. Victoria Emma Joanna Gallantry. Brodie Suzanne Olive. For the award of Master of Science, Sports Performance Analysis, Oliver Chalk. Jessica Grace Clemson. Kieran Tyler Ridley. Millie Danielle Rossiter. For the award of Master of Science, Sports Strength and Conditioning, Ewan Rees-Jones. Emma Susan Launder. For the award of Master of Science, Sports Therapy, Ashley Thomas Pantier. Lee Stewart Thompson. I now present to you candidates upon whom the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is to be conferred. Kate Morrie. Pro-chancellor, that concludes my presentation for awards.
I am now pleased to introduce performing arts student Denny Powell, who will sing The Wizard and I from Wicked, supported by David Last, the academic subject leader in performing arts and production. Many thanks to Denny and David. We now continue with the conferment of awards, presented by Dr. Graham Parton, the head of the School of Education and Humanities.
Pro-chancellor, I present to you candidates from Humanities in the School of Education, and I commend to you those recorded as in absentia. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, Creative Writing, Stuart Allen. Molly Ann Burnell. Sarah Jane Glatzhofer. Gemma Shirley Manwaring. Lauren Hazel Martin. Caitlin O'Connor. Ellis Karen Porter. Amelia Ray. Asha Davina Sutton. Harry Dominic Swain. Ross James Turner. Lauren Wallace. Rachel Evelyn Patricia Wollaston. Julie Shepherd. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, English, Bulant Badia. Eleanor Page Brown. Gus Luke Tally Shalia. Lok Yi Choi. Harry McLean Grews. Jessica Davis. Katie Ann James. Sophie Kirkham. Victoria Elizabeth Lowries. Alex Leanne Lewis. Pamela Linnan. Danielle McKemsley. Sophie Matter. Holly Joy Mullins. Bryony Muxlow. Megan Roberts. Mariam Sabai Shafiq. Charlie Short. Summer Shortwood. Bethany Sparrow. Imogen Townsend. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, English Language and Creative Writing, Sophie Ann Hoyes Robson. Harrison Lake. Madeline Mancy. Sophie Maria Norden. Eleanor Rose Wilcock. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, English Literature and Creative Writing, Kay Francis Allies. Karen Claire Davies. Bethany Hawley. Maisie Elizabeth Mardle. Jade Courtney Pett. Talia Rowlands. Lisa Joy Stockwell. Nicole Yeats. For the award of Bachelor of Arts Film Studies, John Andrew Colborne. Rory Godier. James Andrew Hoare. Luke Parry. Peter Straley. For the award of Diploma of Higher Education, History, Alex Brown. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, History, Benjamin Andreasen. Matthew Bedford. Mark Jamie Bonello. Rhiannon Grace Carter. Rachel Isabel Chandler. Natasha Devlin. Lauren Alicia Hogan. Katie Maguire. Jenna Mercy Pateman. Kelly Rimmer. Catherine Sparks. Ewan Lee Traherne. Carla Walker. Matthew Withy. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, Religion, Philosophy and Ethics, Jessica Cartmel. Bethany Collins. Sophie Cook. Laura Donlin. Megan Eleni Durrant. Lauren Franks. Freya Hager. Claire Nucky. Olivia Eden Ruth Lavin. Cameron Rory Lawrence. Reese Manoir. Anna McAteer. Charlotte Milton. Tegan Mia Mitchell. George Peacock. Lucy E.R. Peters. Chloe Phillips Pittman. Jade Powell. Emily May Roberts. Suman Sahuta. Simran Suna. Carol Janice Taylor. Alana Wilmot. For the award of Diploma of Higher Education, Theology, Joseph Addo. For the award of Master of Arts, Creative and Critical Writing, Claire Elizabeth Harrison. Rosie Victoria James. Carol Grace May. Hayley Saunders. Paula Dawn Clifford Stanley. I now present to you candidates upon whom the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is to be conferred. Edward Michael William Jones. Oliver Simon Smith. Pro-chancellor, that concludes my presentation for awards.
We now continue with the presentation of special prizes, which will be introduced by Dr. Ciara Lewis and Dr. Graham Parton.
The School of Sport and Exercise awards 2 prizes to students who produce first-class dissertations using outstanding and original research. I invite the Vice-Chancellor to present the Sports Leadership, Education and Society Prize and the Applied Sports and Exercises Dissertation of the Year Prize to this year's winners, Craig Hughes and Nadine Henry. The Alan Patrick Memorial Prize is awarded in memory of Alan Patrick to the graduate who achieves the best academic performance within the School of Sport and Exercise. I invite the Vice-Chancellor to present the prize to this year's winner, Andrew Turner. The Most Inspiring Student Prize is awarded for excellent academic achievement through significant personal adversity. I invite the Vice-Chancellor to present the prize to this year's winner, Emily Burton. The Gloucester Prize is awarded to a student who we wish to recognise for their outstanding contribution to outreach work in the City of Gloucester and surrounding region. I invite the Mayor of Gloucester, Councillor Colette Finnegan, to present the prize to this year's winner, Katie Christopher. Pro-chancellor, that concludes my presentation of special prizes.
The Bristol and Gloucestershire Archaeological Society History Prize is awarded to a graduate who achieved an outstanding performance in history and who excelled in their final year dissertation. I invite the Bristol and Gloucestershire Archaeological Society President, Michael Hare, to present the prize to this year's winner, Rhiannon Carter. The Claire Southern Memorial Prize is awarded in memory of Claire Southern to the student who has demonstrated the most effective engagement in their dissertation. I invite Lystra Maisie to award the prize to this year's winner, Katie James. Pro-chancellor, that concludes my presentation of special prizes.
The university has decided to confer honorary titles on a small number of distinguished individuals who merit special recognition for outstanding achievement and distinction, internationally, nationally, and at a local level. I now call upon Dr. Matthew Reid, Director of the Countryside and Community Research Institute, to present the citation in honour of Jeremy Lake.
Pro-chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Jeremy Lake, upon whom the university is to confer an honorary doctorate of philosophy. Jeremy Lake has been at the forefront of groundbreaking research to develop and implement historic landscape characterization approaches used in rural areas to promote good quality, well-designed and sustainable places. His work for Historic England, previously English Heritage, during the 1990s and 2000s helped to create new approaches and techniques that enable government policies to look beyond individual heritage assets and consider, through identification and interpretation, the historic character of places in a holistic way. Throughout his distinguished career at Historic England, initially as an inspector in the listing department and characterization team, and latterly as an analyst in the Historic Environment Intelligence team, Jeremy led the development of modern techniques for the thematic assessment of military, industrial, chapel, and farm buildings. Since then, he has developed an international reputation for developing integrated approaches to deepen our understanding of rural landscapes and their heritage, to inform heritage policy and practice. Jeremy is an international expert in assessment of the historic character, significance and potential for change of all types of historic building, from vernacular rural architecture to industrial and military installations. His specialist analysis and presentation of the cultural values of Bletchley Park successfully enabled key investments and master planning to protect and enhance this unique site within its contemporary urban context. However, Jeremy is perhaps best known for his long-standing and unrivaled expertise in traditional farmsteads and their buildings. He developed the methodology for the National Trust's vernacular building societies surveys in the 1980s, published a key reference work on historic farm buildings in the 1989. Jeremy left Historic England at the end of 2016 to set up his own historic environment consultancy, working in close partnerships with colleagues at the Countryside and Community Research Institute here at the University of Gloucestershire. Throughout his career, Jeremy has been a passionate advocate of outreach, education, communication, and public engagement in the historic environment. He has published more than 100 papers and reports and designed guidance packs and toolkits for non-governmental organisations and those in professional practice. Jeremy has presented many conference papers and lectures across the United Kingdom and Europe and has engaged with hundreds of community groups over a 30-year period. He has also contributed to heritage and landscape conservation courses at Cambridge, Oxford, Bath, Leicester, and the Royal Agricultural University, as well as offering seminars for students and colleagues here at the University of Gloucestershire. Jeremy has a long-standing relationship with the University of Gloucestershire and the CCRI, spanning more than 20 years, and since leaving Historic England, he has become a visiting fellow of the university. Today, we honour Jeremy's achievements with an honorary doctorate. This is a recognition of his distinguished contribution within the field of historic environment. We would also like to recognise the valuable contribution he has made to the Countryside and Community Research Institute and to the staff and students across the university. Chancellor, I now call upon you to confer the Honorary Doctorate of Philosophy upon Jeremy Lake.
I was encouraged to say a couple of words, so I will. It'll be about a couple. I'm honoured and flattered, really, very flattered by that citation. I've greatly enjoyed working with the Countryside and Community Research Institute. I first started to work with them more than 20 years ago when we commissioned some work with the Countryside Agency. And I think that the thing that's really wonderful about the Institute is that they're interested in a sort of a practical application, a sort of real-world application of what happens out there, rather than just sort of floating in a sort of academic ether, if you like. I think that the wonderful opportunity we've all got, I mean, probably all of us, I know that my wife worked in sports science and development, and it's wonderful seeing all of you graduating today. But I think whatever you do, I think that the really important thing is looking at what we can all offer and share. And I think that I've really enjoyed working in the historic environment because it's a wonderful way of sharing what we know, or what I feel I know, I'm privileged to know. And I've sort of really gone from sort of little sort of silos of working as a historic building specialist and working on historic building restoration to working in landscape. And I think that's a really wonderful thing, to work in a subject which is interdisciplinary. And it's all about sharing what we know. So thank you ever so much. Thanks.
I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Stephen Marston, to present the citation in honour of Marcus Davey.
Pro-chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Marcus Davey, upon whom the university is to confer an honorary doctorate of arts. Marcus was born and brought up in Gloucestershire, but for the past 20 years he has been chief executive and artistic director of the Roundhouse, which is a performing arts and concert venue in Camden in London. Marcus has spent his working life in the arts. He previously worked for Dartington International Summer School and Norfolk and Norwich Festival. He took up the role of chief executive at Roundhouse in 1999. Roundhouse is an extraordinary place. To call it a performing arts and concert venue does not begin to do it justice, and if ever you have the chance, do go. It is called the Roundhouse for the rather good reason that it is round. That is because it was originally built as an old train shed with a circular turntable to allow trains to come in and out again. But in the 1960s, it was converted into a concert venue and became iconic for the new bands that it showcased. The opening party featured Pink Floyd. It was one of the birthplaces of punk music in the 1970s. Under Marcus's guidance and direction for 20 years, Roundhouse has become an inspirational centre for encouraging young people to develop their talents as performers, particularly in music. He has massively expanded its reach and impact. As well as the central performance space, Roundhouse now boasts an amazing array of rehearsal and production spaces and is on track to open a new building next year with even bigger and better facilities. All of it geared to enabling young people, many from disadvantaged backgrounds, to develop their talents, realize their ambitions as artists, and go on to make a name and a career for themselves as performers. The Roundhouse is a space that gives hope and purpose for many young people for whom that has sometimes been in short supply. It gives opportunities to develop creativity in arts, culture, and performance. As Roundhouse describe themselves, we're here to transform, to create, to agitate and excite, to shake things up. And Marcus has been so generous in bringing some of that passion to Gloucester as well. I first met him some years ago when he came to Gloucester to join a discussion with the Gloucester Culture Trust about how we might develop culture across the city, and specifically to create for young people in Gloucester the sort of opportunities to develop their talents and follow their dreams that Marcus has created at the Roundhouse. And as a result, with many other partners, we've now created in the centre of Gloucester, at King's House, some wonderful new facilities for youngsters to develop as musicians, performers, and as cultural entrepreneurs. All of it drawing on Marcus's experience, insight, and inspiration. Marcus is a board member of the UK Council of the Creative Industries Federation and of the London Council of the Arts Council of England. He was awarded an OBE in 2011 and the CBE in the 2019 Queen's Birthday Honours List. It is for these great contributions to culture, arts and performance, both nationally and in Gloucestershire, and above all for Marcus's inspirational work in supporting young people to develop their talents and pursue their ambitions as musicians, artists, creatives and performers, that we're making this award today. Pro-chancellor, I now call upon you to confer the award of Honorary Doctorate upon Marcus Davey.
Take this off. I'm not used to wearing hats. Wow, it's great to see you, and thank you so much. I want to talk a little bit about strengths, because in our society we are so often talked about our weaknesses, but you've shown incredible strengths and persistence, determination to get here today. You go away with a degree, and some of you with higher degrees, but they're all extraordinary and amazing. You've done it through the worst period that anyone can imagine in our lives, when being isolated from our society. And I've heard great things about the University of Gloucestershire has done to support students, and that is so admirable. I want to tell you a little bit a story about somebody who was enabled to build on their strengths. A kid growing up in Gloucestershire found himself in music and in the arts, and he built on those strengths. But when he started to go further in school, he found that he was lost, couldn't find his way forward. And years went by, and he was at the bottom of the class of every single class. He was in the remedial class for every single class. But he still found a love for music, and he built on that strength. He scraped through enough to get through to do a music degree, and then into work. But there were things that he just couldn't do. And it wasn't until he was 50 that he found that he was dyslexic. And he was able, though, to have this amazing career. Yes, it was me. But to get this today, I can't tell you how much it matters to me. Coming back to Gloucestershire after all these years and being awarded something of this magnitude means so much. So thank you so much indeed for sharing your incredible day with me, and may you go on and build your strengths. Remember the weaknesses, but build on your strengths. Don't let them get you down. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
I now invite Asha Sutton, the Students' Union Welfare and Diversity Officer, to add her own words of congratulation.
To the Pro-chancellor, Vice-chancellor and our esteemed guests, we welcome the graduates of 2020 with their friends, family and guardians. As a fellow graduate myself, who just sat over there, I wanted to congratulate all of you on your success and achievements in what has been a really challenging time. Students have been so resilient and determined in these times of uncertainty, and that is really something to be admired. May you continue your association and support of the University of Gloucestershire. I'm sure it will always hold a big place in your heart. We're all now members of the alumni of the university, and as we continue our journey towards life, our next steps, our next chapters, our next paths, we should cherish our memories of our time here and remember the university, as well as treasure the friends that we've made. We are all here together as we say goodbye to our time at UOG. I'm sure you'll all agree with me what a special day this has been, and that it would not have been made possible without the great deal of support from your family, friends, guardians, carers, lecturers, peers, and from the university. Today you've been celebrated and congratulated, so in a moment I would like to invite you, the graduates of 2020, to stand and show your appreciation to those who supported you by a way of applause. I wish you the very best of luck for the future. You did it. And for that, you should be really proud. A massive congratulations, and here's to you. Thank you so much. Well done!
This brings our graduation ceremony this morning to an end. Thank you all so much for coming. To our new graduates, thank you especially. It has been a real privilege to have you as members of our university community, to see you grow in achievement and confidence, and a huge pleasure to be able to celebrate with you today the achievement of your qualifications. To parents, families and partners, I hope you too will feel proud of the important part you have played in supporting and encouraging our new graduates to achieve success. We wish you all the very best for the future, and I now declare this ceremony closed. Thank you.